Come on! Come on! Let's go! Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is about to be the best basketball season of the decade. This might be the best basketball season of the last 20 years. Ladies and gentlemen, we have over 9 teams that could make a run, legitimately. This is the most balanced the NBA has ever been. I am super excited for this season. It's here. It's time. It's right now. So before we watch any games, before the games start, I have a few numbers, a few predictions that I'd like to share with you all. So I guess let's just get it started. I used a few different sources for this video. I used, what did I use? Sports Illustrated. I used New York Tribune, Bleacher Report, 538, ESPN, to help me figure out exactly what I wanted for each one of my predictions. So let's get it started. Rookie of the Year, I think it's Zion. I think it's Zion. A few people think that this, what is this dude's name? This Rui Hachimura, he could be nice because he's going to start for the Wizards. He's going to play a lot of games. Some people think RJ Barrett. I think it's Zion. It's Zion. I'm scared about Zion's knee because this is the same knee that he was hurting in college. I'm a little worried about his knee, but whenever Zion's out there, he's going to be playing at 210%. Energy, pace, effort. He's going to easily, he'll drop about 20 a game almost. Honestly, I don't think everybody will be watching him. He'll do as expected. Rookie of the Year is really a popularity contest if you want to be factual about it. So he'll win. He'll win because he's popular. And he's the best as well. But also extremely popular. That doesn't hurt. Anyways, okay. So, most improved. I wasn't sure what I wanted to say right here, honestly, when I was first thinking about it. Then I looked at New York Tribune and seeing a lot of these guys were saying Lonzo. And I'm like, okay. I can get behind that. Lonzo's going to have to show me, though. He got to show me. He's got to prove it. But yeah, I think he's got a chance. This would be the perfect year for him to win it. This would be the perfect year for him to win it. Defensive Player of the Year. Wasn't sure about this one either. I really think that they could give this to Kawhi. Maybe even Paul George this year. I think they're both going to have really good defense. I think that Kawhi could potentially win this, but he's not my prediction. My prediction is Rudy Gobert. I'm predicting Rudy Gobert. Even though he's won it before. I think Kawhi's won it once before too. But yeah, I'm predicting Rudy Gobert simply because he's pretty much only defense. There's really the only thing he really does is defense and dunk. And he'll do that well for the Jazz. So I got Gobert as my Defensive Player of the Year. Coach of the Year. I'm gonna go with the Sixers coach, Brett Brown. Or Brett Rowan, whatever his name is. I think it's Brown. I don't know. I'm not looking at it right now. I'm going off the top of the head. I got this shit memorized for the most part. Brett Brown. I'm going with Brett Brown. I think the Sixers are going to look really good. Really, really, really good. He's going to get a lot of credit. He's never won it before. They'll give it to him. Some people are saying D'Antonio's already won it. That's one thing that I will say about awards. I feel like awards are more likely to go to someone who's never won it than somebody who's won it before. So even though I'm not saying that somebody who won it before can't win it again, but they're less inclined to give it to you if you've already won it. You know what I mean? So for MVP, for example, if there was if Harden hadn't won it, they would for sure give it to him this year. You see what I'm saying? But he already won it, so I don't think they're going to give it to him this year. In fact, all of the people in the running for MVP this year have already won it. So it'll be interesting. LeBron hasn't won it in a long time. I think that LeBron is going to look really, really good. He was my predict to win MVP last year, and for a second before he got injured, I thought he was going to do it. I think LeBron is going to win MVP this year. I think they're going to give it to LeBron partly because, like I said, everybody else who could win it has already won once before too. So LeBron is my prediction for MVP. Seriously, I think he has a very good shot at winning it this year. Is there anything that I forgot before we hop into the No. Okay, so that's everything. So now we can hop into the Alright, so now we can hop into the teams. I'm not big on doing records. I don't like to really do records. But I did records for a few teams. And I'll read them off as we get to them. But I'm basically here to tell you who's going to finish in what spot at the end of the year, and then who's going to win the playoffs, all of that, okay? So here are my predictions. I put a lot of thought into this, and I'm explaining to you why everybody is where they are, okay? This is the main part of the video that I think everybody wanted to see. If you have any thing wrong with what I said for those first 5 awards, you can let me know. But I think that it's gonna look something like that. First team NBA, I guess, is gonna be Embiid, Davis, LeBron, probably Curry and Harden or some shit. I don't know. Anyways, all right. So let's do Eastern Conference first. Eastern Conference teams that aren't gonna make it. Knicks, Cavs, Hornets. I don't know who's gonna be the worst out of those 3. I don't know. I think I'm predicting that the Knicks are going to have the worst overall record this year. I should have put on my Knicks jersey. But I'll save that. I'll save that for a rainy day. We'll save that for a rainy day. I got a Knicks jersey that I need to, yeah, we'll save that. We'll save that. We remember the likewise today, man. Okay, anyways, I think the Knicks are going to have the worst record. Cavs, probably the next second worst, and then the Hornets. It's going to look something like what's on your screen. That's my prediction as far as the East worst records. And those teams that damn near probably have the worst record in the league because the worst records are going to come out the East for sure. Okay, now here are my Eastern Conference teams on the fringe that just missed the playoffs. Hawks, I don't think there's any surprise there. Wizards, I don't think there's any surprise there. Magic. I know some of you Magic fans might be feeling some type of way about that. I don't think that the Magic are going to make the playoffs this year. Bulls, if you're a Bulls fan and then just come on, Bulls. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Like Bulls and guys. Okay. Yeah, so Magic, I can understand maybe you might be a little frustrated, but just let me show you why. Let me show you the teams that are, and then maybe that'll help you understand why I don't think that you got. Maybe you could squeeze in at 8, maybe. But yeah, these are my 8 teams that I have making the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. So maybe the Magic could take like the Pistons spot, but I don't see it happening. All right, so now I'm going to give you my teams in order by record. We're going to start at the top here, I guess. Bucks and Sixers, I think, are going to be at the top. I think that the Bucks with Giannis and all of the pieces they have around them will have the best record in the East. Not in the NBA, though. The best record in the NBA is coming out of a Western Conference team. We'll get to that in a second. But Bucks, first place. Sixers, second place. The Sixers are going to look very good. The Sixers will be in first place in the East for some part of the year. They'll have stretches where they go in and out. It'll be sort of like the Bucks and the Raptors were last year, but this year it'll be the Bucks and the Sixers. With Simmons working on his jump shot, Al Horford, Josh Richardson. People forget how nice Josh Richardson is. I do have some record predictions for these two teams. I predicted the Bucks are going to go 54-28. And I think the Sixers will be 52-30. So it'll be close. Those are just rough numbers, not exact. Don't quote me on that, but I think it'll be somewhere around there for those two teams. Okay, next. I have the Raptors, and I have the Celtics. Now, the Celtics definitely took a step back, and they're not going to be as good as they were last year because they don't have Kyrie. But Kemba's very nice. We'll see what Tatum's going to do. They just signed Brown to a new contract. I think that the Celtics are still going to be pretty good. They'll be a middle of the playoff Eastern Conference team. They won't be a top team, I don't think, but they'll be middle. If they were top, I'd be surprised. I expect them to be middle to sort of low. The Raptors, I think their defense is just insane. They play as a team. They're not going to be that good. I don't expect them to do anything in the playoffs this year. But the way that the East and everything and they play, yeah, I think they'll be 3. I do. I really do. I from looking at them in the preseason, they still look very good. The defense is insane. I expect them to be number 3. Okay, so next up, this is when it gets a little tricky. I have the Pacers and the Heat. Now, I was looking at a lot of different sources, like I was saying, and some people think that the Heat could be the surprise team and that the Heat could come in 3rd or 4th place. I've seen a lot of people saying they think the Heat could come in 4th place. Now, I think that that's possible because Tyler Hero is very good. I've been up on him a while. We've watched the videos of him before, so I already know. You know what I'm saying? I talked to bro. I already know. I knew he was going to do this. Jimmy Butler also is very nice. Other than that, though, I'm not sure about anybody else. Whiteside, what is he? I don't know. I don't know. So I have the Sixers at 6. But they could be 5, they could be 4. Honestly, they could. Well, I mean, I have the Heat at 6. They could be 5, they could be 4, though. The Pacers don't have Oladipo until about December. I asked you guys that earlier on Twitter. But I think that they'll still be, that when it's all said and done, they'll finish above the Heat. I do. Oladipo will come back and they'll get real hot. They'll damn near be better than the Celtics. The Pacers have a good team. They just, a lot of people don't watch them. We probably won't watch them that much this year. I'm trying to watch more of every team. I'm trying. But yeah, a lot of people like to watch them, but they do have a very solid squad. Miles Turner, Oli, Bogdanovich. They got some players. I think that they could be better or as good as the Celtics. They're right there. And then my last 2 spots are the Nets and the Pistons. If you know your Eastern Conference teams, you know that. Kyrie will get the Nets into the playoffs for sure. It's the Eastern Conference. Kyrie is a monster. He will get the Nets into the Nets were in it last year as well, so they expect to be in it. They've got some good helping pieces like DeAndre Jordan, Big Joe. So yeah, Dinwiddie's still on the team. So yeah, they'll be there, but I don't think that they're going to be top 4. I would be surprised if the Nets are top 4. And then the Pistons is Blake Griffin, really, mainly. I feel like Blake Griffin is going to get them in. Now, they do have a few other people not really worth bringing up, but I think that Blake Griffin will get them in. The Pistons could not make it, but I think that the Pistons will just squeeze in there. Okay, so now let's talk about my Western Conference teams. Here are the 3 horrible teams that aren't going to do anything. Grizzlies are really bad. They might have the worst record in the Western Conference. They could finish under the Suns. I don't know. It's gonna be a race for the worst between those. It's gonna be a race. It's gonna be like watching the Bengals and the Dolphins. It's gonna be a race for who's the worst between those 2 teams. And the Kings almost made the playoffs last year. The Western Conference is really good. But I think they'll take a step back. There's too many teams. I can't put the Kings that high. I know they just signed Buddy Hield. De'Aaron Fox is nice. We get all of that. Stephen A. looking ass. But here's the thing, looking ass. But yeah, I think they'll be alright. But still, though, they're in my bottom 3. Yeah, they are. Unfortunately, I know they just made I know, but that's what it is. All right. Here are my teams that aren't in either, but are very close. The Pelicans are interesting. I don't know. I'm going to be watching a lot of the Pelicans this year, but I don't know what to expect. I don't know how good they're going to be. I don't expect them to make the playoffs. The Western Conference is hard. I don't expect them to make the playoffs. They could, but I don't see it happening. If they did and Zion averaged like 20, they'd end up giving him MVP, but I don't see it happening. Brandon Ingram, I don't know. I'm not sure. Lonzo, I'm not sure. Y'all got to show me something. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys can hoop for real, but y'all don't have high enough averages for me to, like, believe in y'all. The stats don't back it up enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using an eye test. Like, okay, I think y'all got it, but, like, I don't always see it. So, Pelicans got to show me something. Timberwolves, I'm not convinced. Towns is all right. I'm drawing a blank on Andrew Wiggins. There we go. Andrew Wiggins was talking all that trash about this year. He feels like he's coming back into that. I don't know what he's talking about. No, Timberwolves. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. Thunder, tough. The Thunder are right there, and all these teams are right there. You know what I'm saying? Any of these teams could be 9, 10, 11. Honestly, any of them. Thunder. I think the Thunder are going to be like 10th spot, something like that. Like, CP is going to get him some wins, even though the Thunder don't want CP. But they got to keep him for right now because nobody else wants him. I expect the Thunder to not make it. Thunder will not make it. And the Mavericks won't make it, man. I know. That might be a surprise for some people. I know some of you guys expect the Mavericks to make it. Or want to see them make it. But I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. And it's just because there's too many good teams in the West. And the teams that I think that are going to make it over them, I just can't. I can't put the Mavericks over. Like, okay, for example. A lot of people think that the Spurs are not going to make the playoffs this year. I can't put the Mavericks over the Spurs. I can't do it. Not with Greg Popovich. I can't do it. As much as I'd rather see the Mavericks in the, don't get me wrong, I'd rather see the Mavericks in the Spurs. I just don't know. I think that yeah. So the Spurs are actually my 8th spot. I got them just sneaking in, but I think they'll make it. I think Greg Popovich doesn't miss playoffs, so I got them in. At number 7, I have the Jazz. A lot of people think the Jazz are going to be really good because they got Mike Conley, blah, 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 right? In fact, Adam Stein said that he thinks that the Jazz are going to be in the Western Conference Finals. That cracked me up. Or Mark Stein. That cracked me up. That was a good one. Yeah, no. Jazz will be 7. They'll be 7. I think they'll be 7. Yeah, they'll be 7. I don't really have too much other to say about it. They're not that good. They're all right. I mean, they're good, but they're not. They're all right. You get it. Number 6, I have the Trailblazers. Damian Lillard is really good. CJ McCollum is also very good as well. They got pretty good big men. Trailblazers are a tough team to beat. They'll win a lot of games. They'll look just about how they look every year. Pretty good, but then when it comes down to it, they'll lose. You know what I mean? They do that every year. I expect them to do that again this year. Look for exactly the same type of shit they did last year, this year. Like, that's what the Trailblazers do every year. I don't expect it to change too much. Okay, so yeah, they're my number 6. At number 5, I have the Warriors. I think initially I said the Warriors at 6, but I have the Warriors at 5. Curry's going to do pretty good. It's not going to be enough, but he'll keep the Warriors. I'm really interested to see where the Warriors fall as far as their record. I got them at number 5. Do I have a projected? I do have a projected for the Warriors. My projected for the Warriors is 48 and 34. That's my projection for the Warriors. 48 and 34. I think they take the 5th spot. And I think that they'll keep D'Lo for the whole year. Honestly, I think D'Lo will be there. He'll be there. They'll sort of get used to it, and then they'll be like, yeah, why get rid of him? Might as well keep him, whatever. long as we win in type of thing. I think he'll be there. Okay, number 4, I have the Clippers. And number 3, I have the Lakers. Kawhi Leonard is going to miss a lot of games during the regular season on his load management tip. You know Kawhi doesn't give a damn. He's going to miss those games. He doesn't care if you pay for him or not. He's missing them. So expect the Kawhi to miss at least 10 games. Minimum 10 games for the Clippers during the season. I think they'll lose some of those. Expect Kawhi to damn near miss. I think Kawhi will miss more games than LeBron, for sure. I really wish we had Cousins. We don't. KCP's horrible. I know. Kuz is a little injured. Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee. But I think that LeBron has never played with anybody as good as Anthony Davis. No offense, D-Wade to Kyrie. And he also has never missed the playoffs. So he missed the playoffs and he's got someone better than, expect them to be extremely dominant all year long. I got them in 3rd just because I feel like they'll try a little bit harder than the Clippers. I really do. I think they'll try a little bit harder. But the Clippers will be right there. I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers were 3 and the Lakers were, you know what I'm saying? It could go both ways. My projected record for the Lakers is 51-31. And my projected record for the Clippers is about 50-32. So it'll be close. But I think the Lakers will edge them out. And then at number 1 and number 2, that obviously leaves the Rockets and the Nuggets. I have the Rockets at number 1. And I have the Nuggets at number 2. The Nuggets are a very good regular season team. They have a lot of pieces. Now they have MPJ starting to come back too. Don't let him start to get in rhythm of things. I think the Nuggets will win a lot of games in the regular season because they've been doing that the last few years. And then they'll get to the playoffs and they'll lose. Because they're not really that good, but they're good at winning in the regular season. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. So I think the Nuggets will be number 2. So obviously they have to win more than 51 games. We'll say 52. We'll say 52, 53. 52, 53. I think the best record in the NBA is going to be the Rockets. That is my bold prediction. That is one of my bold predictions of this video. I expect the Rockets to have the best record in the NBA. I expect the Rockets to go 56-26. The Rockets will win 56 games, the most in the NBA. I know my eyes are red, but I am not high. I got no sleep. Believe me when I say the Rockets are going to win 56 games. Okay? I think they will. You guys love to hate on Russell, but they're about to go crazy. The Rockets, them, have the best duo in the NBA. Harden could average 40 points in an NBA season if he wanted to. Dead ass. I swear, I'm looking at him like, yo, he could average 40 a game if he really wanted to. With Russell still getting his 20. So, yeah, I think the Rockets are going to be first place. D'Antoni knows how to run offense. It's perfect fit for Harden. Expect the Rockets to be very nice. Alrighty! Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get into the bracket, man. Let's get into the bracket. Okay. I told you where every team is going to be ranked. You see the 1 through 8. You see the 1 through 8 on your screen, right? See the 1 through 8 on your screen. Okay. Now let's go over exactly where I think every team. Okay. Bucks, Pistons, obviously, I don't even need to say too much, okay? Celtics, Pacers. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It could be the Pacers. It really could. but I'm going Celtics. Sixers, Nets. I don't really have to say too much. The Nets will get a game or two. They'll make it interesting for a quick second, and then they'll lose. Heat, Raptors. The Heat will do the exact same. They'll make it interesting, and then they'll lose. Bucks over Celtics, obviously. Sixers over Raptors. I think that's also pretty obvious. Raptors, you had your year. It's done. You'll never win again. I hope you enjoyed it. How many games do I think those are going to go? I don't know. Bucks, probably 6 games, maybe. Maybe 6. Sixers, maybe 6. I don't expect either to go 7. Bucks versus Sixers, I think that'll go 7 games. We'll get to who I think wins that in a second. Now let's take a look at the Western Conference. Rockets over Spurs. Popovich will give them a run. It'll go 6. Maybe 7. Pop will give them a run. But the Rockets will win. They got a better squad. Clippers, Warriors. The Warriors will get bounced out in the first round. Alright? On my Golden State fans, on my Warriors fans, you heard me? You need me to say it louder? I'll say it louder! The Warriors will get knocked out first round! So get ready for that! Okay? Because it's over. That whole dynasty, quote unquote, whatever y'all want to call that, it's over. It'll go 5 or 6, maybe 6, maybe. Nuggets versus you like that Nuggets? Nuggets versus the Trailblazers. I think the Trailblazers will win this. Man. Like I said, I'm not a believer in the Nuggets. I expect the Nuggets to choke to the Trailblazers just like they did last year. Or did they beat them? I don't know. I can't remember. Both teams are ass. I think they actually beat them. Right? No? I don't know. I can't remember. Literally can't remember. But, yeah, I think the Trailblazers will win. I don't think it'll matter. Because either team is going to lose to my Lakers. But I think we'll go Trailblazers. Lakers, Jazz. Obviously, Lakers are going to beat the Jazz. Obviously. LeBron in the playoffs is not losing it. He's not getting bounced out in the first round. How many times does that happen? Never. You think it's going to start now? No, it's not. It's not going to start now. Lakers versus Trailblazers. Yeah, LeBron won't lose that either. It'll just come to LeBron just being too good. He won't lose. Not to teams like that. It'll be Lakers versus the Clippers. And the Bucks versus Sixers. Woo! It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. This is gonna be the top 4 for sure. This is exactly how it's gonna fall. I promise you. Everything else, but these are gonna be the final 4 teams. No doubt about it. And I got the Lakers beating the Clippers. In 7. It's going to take 7. It's going to be hella entertaining. But LeBron is going to lead the Los Angeles Lakers all the way to the finals. Coming out of the East, it's going to be a great battle. Giannis is unstoppable. But I think the Sixers... I think the Sixers are going to do it. In 6 or 7 as well. Lakers versus the Sixers. Do I even need to say anything? No! Honestly, I think the Clippers versus the Lakers can honestly be more entertaining than the Sixers versus. I mean, it's gonna be both. It's very gonna be entertaining. Giannis versus the Lakers would be. Giannis versus LeBron would be insane too. Woo! That would be insane. But I think it's gonna be Lakers Sixers, and I got the Lakers in 6, man. I got the Lakers beating the Sixers in 6, maybe 7. This NBA season is going to be crazy. I pretty much said everything I wanted to say. I know this is going to be very controversial, as was my top 50. But just as my top 50, there are no lies. It is all 100% accurate. These are the facts. These are not even my opinions. These are the facts. This is what's going to happen. You guys are welcome to tell me your opinions on what you think is going to happen. But this is what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look behind you. Or in front of you, actually. I'll take a look behind you. That's what's going to happen. Okay? I'm excited. Like I said, this NBA year is going to be crazy. This video is long enough. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you new. I need all of y'all's support and help. It's NBA season. Try and make it the best one I've ever had, we've ever had. I'm excited. I need y'all to give me good energy so I can feed off of it and have good energy every day, and we can do just let's just go, man. I'm excited. I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on this season, bro. I really think this is going to be the best season maybe of the last 20 years, for real. Like, this season's going to be crazy. It's a lot of good teams. I'm very excited. I wish the Lakers could have just gotten Kawhi and cheated. But it's okay. We'll do it the hard way. LeBron used to do it the hard way. We don't mind doing it the hard way. Yeah, that's going to do it. I'm out of here. Subscribe if you're new. Leave your comments below. Let's go. Woo! Guys on the coupe, I'ma slide. You know, on the roof when I ride.